Hey, what's going on, everyone? I am back for another Slim Sports interview, and as always, I'm your host, Jay Slim. And joining me today is a 6'1" defensive lineman that knows how to get to the quarterback with the best of them, Kevin Pointer. What's going on, man?
What's going on? Glad for you putting me on here.
Absolutely, man. Love the numbers that you put up for Wake Forest in a very tough ACC conference. Had to recognize you for what you've done and beyond happy to have you on here for an interview. You've had quite the career with Wake Forest, and I want to talk about some of your best accomplishments, best times where you've succeeded with the Demon Deacons in a segment that I like to call Rewind and Recap. Going to go back to the start of your Wake Forest career, back-to-back bowl game wins in 2021 and 2022 to kick off your career there. Defeated Rutgers 38 to 10 in the Gator Bowl in 2021. Followed that up with a win against Missouri 27-17 in the Gasparilla Bowl in 2022. And this past season, 2024, all ACC honorable mention to finish out your collegiate career. So a quite a lot of accolades right there. I mean, a lot of people, don't get one bowl game win. You got two. Plus, like I said, you were an all conference honorable mention this past season. What have these past four seasons with the Demon Deacons really done to help improve your game to where you can now have all of these accomplishments under your belt?
Yeah, they first of all they helped me with my motor. Coming in there, I wasn't really a guy that just ran to the ball that much and like I didn't do all that. When I came to Wake Forest, they said, "Listen, you got the athletic ability. You run to the ball, and you're gonna make plays and play as hard as you can." That's one thing that I like that came out of playing at Wake Forest these past four seasons.
Yeah, and like I said, your first 2 years there, you guys were bowl eligible, had bowl wins against Rutgers and Missouri, two very tough teams at the time. But then these past couple of seasons, unfortunately, you guys weren't able to make the bowl games. You guys had some struggles here and there, despite still having some great talent, on both offense and defense. What
Yeah.
would you say was the difference these past couple of years compared to those first 2 years?
Um, To be honest, I say NIL. NIL kind of changed within our program. It made people not really together as much as those first couple teams where we had a bunch of success. And our coach, he wasn't really used to all that NIL stuff, so you got separate locker room issues and different stuff that all goes into it. And we were one of them teams that just like couldn't handle it, I guess. And it was just hard for us to win these last 2 years. So hopefully it get better though. But that's definitely like one of the main issues I think of going from that pretty good bowl run to just being an average team these past couple years.
Yeah, that's unfortunate to hear. I know NIL affects a lot of different programs,
Yeah.
in various ways. Obviously, that's unfortunate for you guys, but you yourself, you still stuck to the grind. You proved to be one of the best defensive players on the Demon Deacons roster. And this past season, you ended up having 33 total tackles, 14 solo, four sacks, eight tackles for loss, and an interception as a defensive lineman. So, talk to me real quick about what does it take to be a dominant defensive lineman like yourself? What are the skill sets, the intangibles that you need to have in order to really succeed?
So every defensive lineman different. I'm one of those D linemen that like to shoot the gap and just be overall more athletic than that O lineman. I like to use my speed and quickness and use a little bit of my strength every now. It's just reading your keys before every snap and playing to the whistle. I feel like that's the most important thing being a dominant defensive lineman. It's just making sure you look at film weeks before the games and just being prepared and being able to do the extra when nobody is watching. That's the thing, the key to being a dominant defensive lineman, especially it was in the ACC.
Yeah, and you understanding what it takes to be that kind of guy is why you put up those numbers. You made some big time plays, and I want to talk about a couple of those plays in a segment that I like to call "Make That Play." Pretty self-explanatory right there.
Yeah.
I looked through all of your sacks, your tackles for loss, uh, all the plays that you made throughout the season. I have my top three right here on my list, but I do want to ask you real quick, what was your top play from the 2024 season?
My top play probably definitely got to be the interception. That
Oh
was
yeah.
definitely got to be my top play, just because like you said, D lineman don't really get interceptions like that, it was just a cool moment to get the ball in my hands for once in college. So that was pretty cool.
Hey, it was a great opportunity for you. That's also what I have at a number one on my list. One of your teammates ended up deflecting it and went right back to you, right into your hands, and you
Yeah.
ended up taking it back. Normally, you see defensive linemen, they'll take it back for like 5, 6 yards. You took it back for 32 yards. I thought you were going to get the pick six there, but definitely excited for you on that play. Number two, I got this big time sack that you had against North Carolina A&T against their QB. Just charged right up the middle. Nobody could stop you, and you just got right after him. And then number three, your sack against UConn. You fought through a double team. You had two guys trying to guard you, and you just went right through them, got to that quarterback, and then said, no, not today. So that
Mm.
right there, those are my top three for make that play. Obviously, you have a lot more highlights and just that, but absolutely incredible what you were able to do when you were, sacking the quarterback, creating those TFLs. I've always wondered, as a defensive lineman, you mentioned how all defensive linemen are different. You have your certain way of doing things. What
Mm.
goes through your mind when you're getting your hand in the ground, getting ready to go through the offensive line? What goes through your mind as far as trying to make that play on the field?
So the first thing that go through my mind is doing my job, my assignment, but I always think in the back of head, I gotta make this play every single play. Even if I know I'm not gonna make every play, but I just try to keep that mindset of I gotta make this play, do my job and make this play. That's just the mindset I feel like everybody should have as a D line, and it really didn't help me this year.
Yeah, you're always trying to make that play, and every single play, you're getting contact. As a defensive lineman, you're going against the offensive line. You're having that contact every single down. You think about the safeties, the linebackers, not every single play they're having contact. You guys are. So how do you stay healthy throughout the season? How do you stay prepared and just both physically and mentally when you know that every single down you're going to get hit?
That goes with after the game. You just got make sure you got to get in them cold tubs. You got to watch film. I watch film probably after the game every single week. Uh, and you just got to make sure that you're resting your body before that next practice because it's gonna come pretty fast. So you got to make sure you're always just keeping the body first because that's what's gonna make you the money and make you get back there for the quarterback. So
Yeah, and that's exactly why you were able to stay ready throughout the season. We talked a little bit before 4-8 overall record, 2-6 record in ACC action, where you guys have struggled. You mentioned the NIL stuff, divided locker room. Your coach wasn't really used to that, and your coach actually ended up stepping down recently. Head coach Dave Clawson. Congrats to him on a great run with Wake Forest. I believe he's been there since 2013. Obviously he's developed a lot of great players like yourself. What were your thoughts when you heard that he was stepping down from the Demon Deacons program?
it was a big surprise. I definitely didn't think he was gonna step down, but like it was a surprise, but at the same time, it was like, yeah, he probably was. I seen it coming, but I just think he leaving Wake with a legacy for sure. These past 11 years, he definitely done put Wake back on the map and winning and different stuff. So I'm good with him stepping down. And he left us with a great message. He's a great coach and even better person. So I'm glad he made that decision for himself and just got to see where it goes from there.
Yeah, I mean, if he wants to retire, he has a great legacy. If he wants to keep going, I'm sure he'll find another job real quick. He's developed a lot of great NFL prospects. Obviously, you're one of those prospects, and some of your teammates from the past are played in the NFL, currently playing in the NFL, that you played on the defensive line with. Uh, I apologize if I mispronounce anyone's name. Luigi Villan, he was with you guys in 2021. He's right now with the Dallas Cowboys.
Mhm.
My team, I'm a Cowboys fan, sadly, right now. Uh, Rondell Bothroyd, 2021-2022 season with you. He's a free agent right now, but those two guys were some big time defensive linemen for you guys when you first got there. And
Yeah,
even one of your current teammates, Dasheen Davis,
yeah,
25.5 total career sacks. I believe he has over 50 career tackles for loss. Absolutely incredible on defensive line.
yeah.
So those guys, as well as many others, have shown you what it takes to get to that NFL level at that defensive line spot. How would you say that in order to make it to the professional level and stay on an NFL roster, what are some of the things that you still need to get better at or are already succeeding at?
Definitely just locking in on being in the film room all the time, wanting to get better. I got to be able to want to get better every single day, every single thing I do. Just paying attention to detail, looking at the vets as I come in, and just having that confidence. I know a lot of people tell me you need to have a lot of confidence when you're coming into the to NFL, and so I think those are the main things I need to work on, and just attacking more and having that mindset of making that play. I need to have that mindset more as I come in to the NFL and just working my butt off. That's gonna be the big thing, the transition to the NFL. I've been
Mhm.
um Kobe Turner. I don't know if you know him or not, but I play with him. He's definitely one of the best D tackles in the league right now too. Playing with the Rams, so that's definitely a big one I listen to, especially going through this process, trying to get into the NFL now.
There you go, man. Hey, that's great that you have those guys where you're able to learn the game from them that are already at the next level. And I'm always looking for next level guys to have on the podcast. Obviously, you yourself, I said how you stuck out to me when I watched some of your highlights, saw your numbers, and I have this segment specifically to try to get more people on. I like to call it "Who's Up Next." In this segment, you give me as many names as you want for me to reach out to. I'll reach out to them, try to get them on the podcast for sure. Two rules: whatever names you give me, you gotta help me get them on. And number two, you gotta give me at least one teammate or one player that was not a teammate from this past season.
You said one player that was not a teammate,
Yeah.
and then one teammate that's
And
at Wake Forest now.
you can give me multiple teammates, you can give me multiple non-teammates, just at least one name that's not a teammate.
Okay, so I say we got a young guy coming up that's gonna be pretty good. His name Mateen Igroba. He pretty good. So I definitely try to get him on. You gotta watch out for him next year because he's definitely gonna be a breakout star. That was one of my teammates. And then you said a player, one that's I'm not teammates with.
Yeah, one that wasn't with Wake Forest.
Okay. Trying to think. Hmm. Uh, I think, man, I just know so many people from Wake Forest. Trying to think. I mean, I can say my brother. He played with Army. He had a good season with Army. So that's Kavon Pointer. That's my
Okay,
brother. He had Army. He had a good run this season. So you can probably hit him up, ask him about some different stuff. So
that
he
sounds good.
he pretty good too. So
There you go. Those sound like some good names right there. I'm gonna go on ahead and add on that guy from the Rams because I would love to have him on as well. So I
oh
might
yeah,
I might have you help me out there too because that would be big time for the Slim Sports brand.
yeah,
And hopefully you yourself, you're going to be making those big time plays at the NFL level like him here very soon. And now that we've talked about who's up next, got to talk about what's next for you. Obviously, your collegiate career is done. You're getting ready for the hopefully the NFL Combine here soon. I know you got pro day workouts coming up. What are you doing to really prepare for this next level heading into the pros?
So I'm gonna be out in Cali working out, just doing stuff, focusing on getting faster, stronger, and just getting ready to test well for the scouts. So that's one big thing is my 40. I want to make sure I will have a good 40, make people really know who I am.
Mhm. There you go, man. Hey, got to get to that NFL level, make some money. And I see that in the future, man. I know you see the jerseys on the wall behind me. I see a Kevin Pointer jersey autographed here on the wall coming up within the next year or so. So
Yeah, that'd be good.
we'll see what happens, man, but definitely excited to have you on. Obviously, you've had a great career. You got a great personality and a lot of stories to tell from your time with the Demon Deacons, man. So there's no doubt in my mind that the professional ranks are in your future. And hopefully here soon we hear Kevin Pointer's name called in the NFL draft.
Yes, sir. That'd be good for sure.
Thanks, man. You have a great one.
You too. Appreciate it.